Welcome again, guys. Welcome to Chris's Caribbean Delights, an eclectic cooking channel. And today, the star of the show is the bitter melon, the Karela, or the bitter gourd, as they call it. Yeah, it has several names in several places, but we know it as Karela, Karala or Karela. And it's a bitter vegetable. So today I'm going to cook it like how my dad used to cook it. Yeah, my dad cooked quite a bit. He would cook it. He would stuff it. He will stuff it with some beef, and the stuffing would be consisted of beef, ground beef, rice, and vegetables. And steamed corn. So I'm going to steam this corn. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. But the bitter melon, or the Karela, we'll just slit it and we'll take the seeds out and prepare it for stuffing. So we'll do that later. So let's get the stuffing started. And right now we're going to get the filling together. And I'm going to use the steamed corn. The corn, all I'm going to do to the corn is I'm going to put this corn in the microwave. You see? I'm going to put this corn in the microwave. And to do that, I'm just going to take the head off. And just take the head off. Okay? And 5 minutes in the microwave, and then we'll take it out and see what it looks like. So whilst the corn is in the microwave, we're using some scallion, bell peppers, garlic, cilantro, and thyme, fine leaf thyme. We're going to get these all sauteed right now, along with the onion that I have in there. Give this all a stir. I'll give the garlic a chop. Everything is going to saute and become really nice and soft, and so that it can be put into the bitter melon. All right, so let's add the garlic in here. So once the veggies are nice and sauteed, nice and soft, you let this go for a couple of minutes. So you'll give the veggies a minute to go. So here we go. I've added some fresh beef in there. And I want that to render. And that is some ground beef that I had heard from yesterday. So you can, the stuff that you have in your fridge that's not being used, or you haven't gotten to it yet, you can put this all in here. So this is like a one-pot dish here. The corn is ready. So the corn is out. Just be careful when you're taking it out. Use your tongs to take it out. We'll let this cool just for a couple of minutes because it's really steaming right now. And I'll be back to show you how I get the skin off. How I get the skin off with all the the corn, whatever you call those things. Yeah. So I'll be back. So just let's get the silk and the skin off the corn. We'll just gently squeeze it out of the package, and it comes off. Everything comes with it. There you go. Hardly any cleanup. So now you just need to get the. So now I just need to get the kernels off. I just stand it up straight, try to get a fork in there, and just use a knife in a clean surface or in a plate. There you are. Everything is off, or almost. Yeah, that's all you need. And then we'll just get this into the filling, into the pot with the filling here. And we'll just continue to saute this. So the corn is going to go in there, absorb. The corn is going to be in here absorbing all this flavor, and we just put the rice in there. Because once you get a piece of this bitter melon, it has everything in it. It has the starch in it, has the protein, it has the meat, and everything in it. The rice is going to absorb all that flavor. I may have enough filling to do two bitter melons. If I do, I have a second one which I'll probably do. So we'll let this saute for a while, simmer, and I'll be back. There are several types of bitter melons. There's an Indian bitter melon which is has a very prickly skin, and it's smaller and narrower. This is the Chinese bitter melon. These are large and smoother. They're smoother. There are several ones. Some of them are more bitter than some. So you find with the Indian bitter melon, you need to scrape that prickly skin off, because that's the very bitter part. And it all depends on how much bitter you can take, really, because it doesn't really bother me. So this one, I'm not going to scrape it or anything. I'm just going to take the head and the tail off. And we're going to give it a slit down the center and open it up. I'm going to put my finger in here very carefully. I don't want to burst the whole thing open. Not that it matters, but I just don't want to break it all the way open. Take a spoon or a fork let's get a spoon. A spoon might be better. You take a small spoon and get it in there, and you can just release the seeds from the pod, from the core here. Just release the seeds and scrape them out. Go down, go up, release, and scrape them out. So you see there's a lovely cavity in there. Just clean it all out. If you want, go back with your finger, get the rest of the seeds out. So there's a lovely cavity in here now. Okay, so now another thing that we usually do, my filling is ready. I'll just let that cool for a while. I'll get sprinkle this with some salt, and that will draw some of the bitterness out. If you don't want like the bitterness, it's always good to just you put some salt on the inside and some salt on the outside, because you're going to wash this off eventually. You're going to wash this off after. So I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag and just leave it for 10 minutes. I rubbed it with a little bit of salt, put it in a Ziploc bag. Now I'm going to rinse this off. All the liquid that the salt has drawn out of there. This type of bitter melon is not a very bitter bitter melon, so it's going to be fine. Now, on my plate here, so it's optional. Also, the filling. This is what the filling looks like. It's nice and cool. The beef, the rice, the bell peppers, the onions, and everything. It tastes wonderful. It's optional. You can put an egg in here if you want to hold it all together. You put an egg in here, just stir it in, because you'll be putting this in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes, and until the bitter melon has cooked. You can do several things with it. You can put it in the air fryer, you can broil it, you can fry it, deep fry it, whatever you want to do when you have your filling in there and you've done all your work. But I'm not going to do any of that. I just want to let it be on the healthy side instead of frying and all that. We have enough carbs in here already. So what I'll do, I'll put an egg in here, and just put the egg in there and mix it in. So this is going to hold everything together. You have to wait until the filling is cool before you put that egg in there, if you're going to use the egg. If you don't want to use the egg, you can always use some cornstarch, a little cornstarch slurry, and put it in there, and it's gonna hold everything together. So let's put this aside, and let's try to I have my baking sheet, my baking pan is already. I just sprayed it with some non-stick spray, so that's all set. And we're gonna fill this up and see how much it holds, and if we need to get another bitter melon. So let's get this done. The oven is ready, and we're going to bake this for 20 to 30 minutes, or until the bitter gourd or the bitter melon, until that's cooked. Okay, so we'll try to get as much of the filling in there, because when you cut this, you serve it, when you're serving it and you cut it, you want the person to get, you know, a good piece of a good set of the filling, so that they can be filled, you know, when they're after eating it. But I mean, this doesn't have to be like a main course, a main meal. You'll have other things you'll serve with it, I mean, you know, alongside it. If you'll probably have other meats and other things, so this can go as a side. I think that's as much as I'm going to fit in there, and I'm just going to, yeah, I have enough for another one, but so. And I also have here, I have some strands, some pieces of twine, which I'll use just to tie it so that it can stay together, because I don't want it falling apart once it gets into the oven. So I want it to maintain its dignity. Now that it's ready for the oven, I'll just spray it with some cooking oil. You can spray it with olive oil, any oil you have. Just spray it. Yeah, that's help it to stay moist. And then you place it into your oven receptacle. And we're going to just leave this open. We're going to leave this open to cook and roast for about 30 minutes. And we'll see what happens. Okay? So let's get it into the oven. Oven is ready. I'll see you then. Melons are done. They've been in here for at least an hour and a half. Because of the thick skin, I had to let it go a little extra, some extra time. So I'm just about to take them out now, and we're going to serve them up with some French fries. I got some French fries here, which they're doing my first fry, and then we'll do a second fry at a higher temperature. So let's get our stuffed bitter melons out of the oven. Here we are. This is the bitter curd. I just sliced it with the filling in it. I'm going to serve that up with some fries. I'm doing some original fries, some real fries here. So I'm going to serve that up with some fries. Here we go. This is the bitter curd that I stuffed with the rice and the beef, the ground beef, and the other herbs and seasonings. I sliced it in 3 pieces, and then I have a piece of avocado here, and I have some French fries. I did my own French fries. You know, you got to get that potato cutter. You know, you get that potato cutter, and you have some wonderful French fries. You don't have to buy them in the store or buy them frozen. Hear that crunch? All right. Thank you for watching. And let's do a taste test on the bitter melon, the stuffed bitter melon. Oh yeah. It's not bitter anymore. It's just like a regular vegetable with just a hint of the bitterness. All the flavors are married in there, and it's fantastic. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try it. And if you team it with some avocado, makes it even better. Some French fries. Awesome. So thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next clip.